Okay, so the radiator's busted. So we're gonna have to take it back. It's a Saturday.
The radiator started leaking like
Oh
2 miles from where we picked the bus up. So we took it back, parked it, and we now have the radiator in here. We're gonna have to get it replaced. So.
It is now 2 weeks later. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Rack is back. I've got some things I need to show y'all. Some news that I need to give. We got the radiator back. That was told. That was already said. Here it is, right here. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty beat up. So you can see down there where all that staining is. That's where it was leaking. So we are getting a new radiator. We were going to have this one repaired, but that was going to cost like 4 times, or like 3 to 4 times as much as just buying a brand new one. We have made another choice that I wanted to tell you guys. We are going to drive there with a truck and trailer. A good friend of mine has a big enough trailer and a big enough truck that he can haul it. We can haul it pretty easily. And actually, the title says that the bus empty weighs 4,000 pounds, which I have a hugely hard time believing. It does not seem like that bus weighs. I feel like it should be heavier than that, but that's what the specs say on the title. You know, I hope they're not wrong. But the trailer is definitely rated for way more than that. So we're just going to haul it back. But we still need a radiator. We're still just going to get a radiator so that we can pull it up onto the trailer without like having to use a winch or anything. Because the engine's working fine, all that's working fine. It just, the radiator got a hole in it. Another thing some people were wondering was why I chose this bus. So I'm going to give a little bit of... It's story time. So, like the past year and a half, 2 years, I was looking for something to convert. I was looking at a lot of things, but it was mostly fully enclosed cargo trailers, like people use for motorcycles and stuff. Cargo trailers are actually generally pretty expensive, so I was looking for some good used ones, and I wasn't really having any luck. Every time I'd see one, I'd reach out to a person, and it just would never work out. So I'd been doing that for like a year and a half, and I just was on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist all the time. I was getting really discouraged because I just couldn't find anything that really, like, I'd get to something and it'd be like, that'd be cool, but it really didn't feel right. So I was one day going through, I was looking at cargo trailers, and that bus just happened to pop up. My dad had actually owned that van before. I saw it and I called my dad over and I was like, this is the one that you had, right? And he said, yeah, it was a good engine. It was easy to, like, I was thinking it's easy to work on. It's a very reliable engine, and there's a lot of people who will say those older engines were pretty good, very reliable. I was like, Mom, should I get this one? Dad, should I get this one? And they were like, nah, no, just keep looking, you'll find it eventually. I went to bed that night, and I just thought to myself, I can't get this bus off my mind. And so I went, and there was a couple of days of struggle. It was just like, really, should I look into it? So finally I just folded, and I was like, I'm just gonna message her. I'm just gonna message this lady and see what happens. Also, it's a diesel, and I was like, if it's a diesel, it's gonna get better gas mileage than some things, but honestly, it could get pretty bad gas mileage for being that old. But then I looked it up, and an engine that age with a good amount of miles on it, the amount of miles that it has on it, still gets upwards of 13, 14 miles per gallon. And I was like, dang. Like, most RVs get so much less than that. My truck gets less than that. And so I was like, yeah, I want to do this one. So that's where we are today. That's how I got here. So, and that's how now we're trying to deal with the whole radiator issue, and we figured that out. So that's good. Another thing I wanted to mention was the price. So I'm going to share with you guys that bus cost me $2,300. For the condition it's in, I'd say that was a very fair, very good price. The radiator did go out. We were still having to deal with all that because I kind of have a tighter budget on this, and I was looking for something that I knew I could spend money on and then still be able to have some left over to be able to work on it if things went wrong, and be able to do stuff with it, and not just have something that I'm gonna have to park and let sit because I just don't have the money to be able to work on it, and then end up like a lot of other people who they're like, oh, this is great, this is a great idea, and then they can't afford to work on it anymore. So that's something I didn't really want to get trapped in, so that's another reason why I took that bus. And there was a lot of other options that I could have chosen that were definitely in my price range, but like I said, they just never really worked out. They never really quite seemed right. They didn't really seem like the right thing for me. And so now I'm realizing that I think this bus is the right thing for me. Even though things are going wrong, I'm still very optimistic about it. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where it goes. Anyways, guys, this was kind of just more like an update video. I still hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for being here. Make sure to subscribe. Don't forget, down below, there's a couple of links. There's a donate link down there if you guys want to help me be able to get to my end goal of making this a nice little home. And yeah, I will see you guys around. I will see you next time.